Australia, round 9 of season 4. So Australia is the track today. I've got confirmation of the weather. It is dry in qualifying, and it is dry race as well, but could be cloudy, so there could be a little sneaky bit of rain. Last time we raced in Australia in NRL, it rained for the last 3 laps, and normally when that happens you can stay out on the dry tyres. However, in this instance the rain absolutely came stonking down, and Steinzap did the strategy from, well, the most amazing strategy. He pitted on the pitted for the set of Inter's tyres, dropped back down to like 8th, 9th or 10th position, and then came back through the field in the final 2 laps and won the race. So if it does rain, look out for Steinzap later on. We have 4 drivers who have set a time right now. 5 actually. Honesy has just put in a 1:20.027 to go, set the fastest lap so far. Let me just stick some menus up here. What we got? And right, don't get rid of all that. Right, yeah, Honesy has set a 1:20.027. Viet in P2 right now with a 1:25.04. Mr. Woot with a 1:21.161. Yerdy with a 1:24.939, and Sam Spaniel, obviously a banker lap, maybe made a mistake, with a 1:30.061. A few drivers on outlaps as well. We have Kachow on an outlap, we have Cali Rob on an outlap, Stein has just started an outlap, and Toster Cabot is on an outlap. Drivers on flying laps are Stuart Little, who's just about to cross the line. He goes 3rd fastest with a 1:20.563. Cali Rob is on a lap as well. He is just approaching the end of sector 1. Very tricky corner that. You've got to absolutely thread that needle. If you touch that inside curb or touch the outside curb a bit too much, it could cause some issues. Atom Kev, or Fresh in the Discord, is just coming up to the fast left-right chicane. Oh, I was just about to say that it's probably one of the trickiest corners on the track, and he does get a huge snap of oversteer that does manage to keep it out of the wall in a straight line-ish, and doesn't ruin his lap too much, I don't think. Let's watch him as he goes around the final 2 corners. Again, a hard corner, that last one, to get the traction down. You don't want to run too wide either, because that curb will throw you into the wall. He runs down to the line. He did lose a bit of time, but he still goes P2, 4/10 off Honesy's fastest attempt. Ted Wado is now in the lobby, and he is on a flying lap as well. Stein is still on his outlap, maybe getting some space, just going around the last couple of corners. Dace is in the pits. Exotic on an outlap. Toster Cabot is on a flying lap as well. He has literally just started it. Delta Lima is on an outlap, just warming up his tires, going down. New track layout for this season. It won't be in the new game, but they are widening that corner, making it a bit more wider on the exit and the entry, so it could aid hopefully with some overtaking spots. Yeah, Sam Spaniel went a bit quicker with a 1:21.414. Cali Roberts put in a 21.146. All drivers on soft tyres right now. Who should we follow? Steinzap is coming up to the end of the 2nd sector. He's just going on this straight now, coming up to possibly, I said before, arguably the hardest corner on the track. Very easy to invalidate. We are running strict corners here today. He does keep it keep a valid lap, which is good, and he's heading down towards the last couple of corners. Drops down to 4th, straight back up to 5th, 6th. Quick short shift down to 5th, straight back up to 6th as he enters the last couple of corners. Back into 2nd gear, straight up into 3rd, doing the short shifting well. Straight into 5th, 6th, and on the exit. DRS is open, runs down to the line. What kind of time has he got in the bag for us? A 1:20.160, so only a 10th and a bit off of Honesy's time. A great time there. Let's ride back on board with Delta. He was he's survived the fast left-right chicane. I think it's turn 12. And he's approaching the end of the lap. Controller player Very, very fast on the controller. No assists at all either, apart from the racing line. So, as on a controller, it's pretty good going. As he comes down to the line, he's going to be in the 22, so not a great lap from him, a 22.247, but it's good just to get a quick banker lap in. And he will go again, no doubt, towards the end. So at the minute we have 11 drivers who have set a time. Yodi is at the back with a 1:24.939. Exotic puts in a 1:26.81. Stuart Little's done a 1:25.59. We still have some drivers, some more times are coming in now. Who was that who just put a time in? I think that was Tiny Darth Spike with a 1:28.45. Kachow is in the pits. He might be having a bit of an issue today. Dace is on his flying lap. We have Cool Guy on a flying lap as well, not too far behind each other. Toss still hasn't set a time. He runs a bit wide there, touches some grass. That could have cost him a couple of tenths of lap time. Does well to keep it going straight though. So Q1 is 7.5 minutes left. Obviously we're going to lose 4 drivers this evening. Not quite a full grid, but there are 19 drivers. There will be 20 by the time the race starts. Mark of Kenya will be joining. Toss goes P9 with the 1:21.059. Chow is starting an outlap. Soft tyres in his Alfa Romeo, the championship leader. I will get some in Q2. I'll get some of the points up from the championship standings. We are obviously into round 9. Dace is coming towards the end of his lap, coming around the last corner now. Full throttle, 5th. 6th gear, DRS open. Just about to run out of ERS before the line, but he will set a 1:20.046. Rogers, I missed that. Apologies, Rogers, but you did a 1:19.940. So that is a cracking lap for Q1. See you safely into Q2. I am sure of that. So 3 drivers still not setting a time. Kachow, Cool Guy, and Dommy Lee. Cool Guy is on a lap. Where is he at on the track right now? Just coming round turn 3, 4, 5 and 6, and he's going to head towards the end of the first sector. There's a 26.775. Kachow is just starting his lap now. So Cool Guy gets a bit of traffic just there, but they get out of the way for him as he runs down the curvy straight all the way down. Let's ride on board with him as he goes through the chicane. Let's see what he can do. Someone's already taken the bollard out there, so it's one less thing to hit, but he gets through there pretty nicely actually. No sign of oversteer or understeer there for him, so that was good. Takes a nice bit of curb on the inside, uses enough curb on the outside, drops it down a gear, straight back up, and he's coming into the last couple of corners. Feathers that throttle around the last corner. Oh, does hit the wall though. Probably might have done a little bit of damage. Didn't invalidate his lap, which is good. But not the greatest lap from him, unfortunately. That might have lost him a bit more time than he originally thought. And that is a 1:21.337. So it's just Kachow now to set a time. Coming up towards the end of the lap. Last couple of corners. Let's see what Kachow's got. Into the heavy braking zone. Very easy to lock a wheel up into here. He does snatch a little bit, but then there is a glitch in when you spectate, which shows that every corner is a lock-up, so I'm not quite sure if he did or not there. He's going to cross the line. He's going to be into the 20s, so 26.29, so that puts him into P9. So drivers in danger right now. We have Mr. Woot. Very good in Australia actually, Mr. Woot, so it's surprising to see him down there. 1:21.161. Cool Guy 21.337. He is on a hot lap again, but he's not have enough ERS to see him through to the end. Not sure where. I can't remember where the end of the. I think he's just backed off. Yeah, he's backed off now. He's realised he's probably going to run out of ERS. San Spaniel is on a lap. He's just started, heading down to turn 3. This is a very tricky section as well. With the throttle, you've really got to feather it. Misses the apex there, gets a bit of understeer through the mid-corner, but then threads that needle as he goes round. And he's going to head towards the end of the first sector, and he is just under 2 tenths up. 0.185 up on his first time. So at the minute, he won't see him jump a position. maybe one just about, so he's got some time to make up in the rest of the lap as well, which I'm sure he will. Let's follow him as he goes through the chicane. Oh, and we have our first retiree. I do apologise, Sam. I probably jinxed you there. I thought that was going to happen. You missed the apex on the inside, and you then obviously were out of shape for the second part, and that was a pretty big accident actually, and that's going to be on the stream. So apologies for that. Right, who else we got? Let's jump off you now. While you angrily get out of the car. Viet's on an outlap. Lots of drivers in the pit lane, only one, which is Cali Rob, out on track on a lap now. So Cali Rob is heading down towards the end of the first sector. Threads that needle through there. It's going to be the word of the day, because that is definitely a corner you have to thread it. He is 2.5 tenths up on his fastest time. What else has he got for us today? I think a lot of drivers are having issues with the lobby and race settings. It appears a few drivers are being kicked out. So yeah, we'll see what's happening there. I think it's mainly looks like the Americans more than anything, but then Kachow has had a few issues as well, so yeah, not quite sure what's going on there, but we'll see how it all pans out later on. Cali Rob he goes 7.5 tenths quicker. He does a 23.86, so it puts him into P5. Who else we got? It's going to have some times coming in now, as we are a minute and just under 2 minutes left of the session, so drivers are going to have to start getting their times in. Viet looks like he's doing a second warm-up lap a la Mercedes. Domi is on an outlap, so his exotics are both Mercedes, running P11, P12 right now, and only 300ths off of each other. Exotic is going to cross the line. Domi is still halfway through the lap, so Exotic starts his flying lap. Tosta Caber in the both racing points are very close to being eliminated right now. They're running P14 and 15, so Ted Wado is the next driver in the danger zone. Mr. Woot is on a lap and he's coming towards the end of it, so let's see what Mr. Woot has got in his... Oh, massive snap of oversteer there. Manages to keep it on the straight, but that would have lost him quite a bit of time, I assume. He goes a 21.063, so he jumps up one position. Has he got enough ERS to do another flying lap? Because he won't have time to go round again. So Ted Wado now the driver in the drop zone, along with Cool Guy, who is just starting a lap. Delta Lima is on a lap as well, just coming towards the end of the first sector. Let's see what his first sector time is, and he is a 1/10.5 up. So that he's got a lot more time to find for the rest of the... a lot of time to adjust it for the rest of the lap. So let's see what he's got. Lots of traffic in and around him as well, but he is on a flying lap. He doesn't have to move out of the way of anyone. Let's ride on board with him as he goes through the chicane. Touches the wall on the outside a little bit, unfortunately, but it does keep the chicane, keeps the speed up through the chicane, so that was all good. Ted Wado is currently a 1/10.5 up on his fastest time, so that will jump him ahead of Mr. Woot. Just about. Mr. Woot is... Oh, he loses it there. He locks up. So, Cool Guy, it looks like he could be retiring. Delta. Oh, goes into the 21.762, but it doesn't improve him. Unfortunately, he's still 3/10 off his time. Cool Guy is retiring from the session, I believe. He won't have time to go around again. Mr. Woot drops down. Ted Wado did improve, not by much, but only just, and that was good enough to put Ted Wado into P14. Tosta Caber, his teammate, is a 10th up on his time, but he doesn't actually need to carry on anymore. Toss is through to the next qualifying session. So rundown: Rogers P1, Holmesy P2, Dace P3, Stein P4, Cali Rob P5, Yodi P6, Atom Kev 12 P7, Viet P8, Tiny Darspike P9, Stuart Little P10. Kachow's having issues with its HUD at the minute. It seems to have reset all of its settings. So Kachow in P11, that's still a pretty decent time, especially in Q1. You don't need to go flat out in Q1, you just got to do enough, basically. Domily P12, Exotic P13, so Mercedes side by side, Racing Point side by side in 14 and 15 with Toss and Ted Wallow. Toss did go faster quite a bit, probably gained about 4 or 5 tenths in the last sector. And we have lost Mr. Woot in the Renault, Cool Guy in the Red Bull, Sound Spaniel with the unfortunate only retirement of the session at the chicane, and then Delta Lima as well, unfortunately, in P19. So that is Q1 over and done with, and yeah, there we go. That's Q1 done and dusted. Tosakaba in his bright pink car and a bright pink helmet. Let's wait for Q2 to start. We have Holmesy, who finished just under a tenth off, but like I said, we can't read too much into Q1 qualifying times, as drivers do put extra, the fast guys anyway, put extra fuel in. And yeah, that's that. We've got a comment on the YouTube channel. Let's have a look, see what these comments are. Make sure I turn this down, I still want to hear my own voice. Hello to the 8 people watching. And Raina Zufal, let's go Kachow. Yeah, let's go Kachow. Make sure you get your HUD settings all set up. So we head into Q2 now. He's going to be the first driver out on track. Who do we think? Who's going to be the first one out? A slurp of coffee as we wait. I've got to do this again every single time. Oh, hello to the 12 people watching now. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Lots of interesting content on this channel. 4 leagues, RFL, who are starting up when the new game starts. PAFR, the Australian-based league, with drivers from all over the world, with 4 divisions. We'll drop down to 3 next season, with AA Gaming, who is league owner. This league, NRL, run by Tosakaba, and SFR, who run on Sundays, which is the league myself, Delta Lima, and Cornet run. Back in a second. Okay, Apologies everyone, I'm back. Family's not been very well this week. Daughter's got a horrible cough, so she came down and wanted something cold to help soothe her. So yeah, there we go. Delta is in this party somewhere. If he wants to come and join me for the rest of qualifying, he is very welcome to do so. Stein's up on an outlap. No one set a time just yet. He's on the medium tyre. Ted Wado on the medium tyre. Rogers mediums. Honesy mediums. Stuart Little mediums. Fiat mediums. Dommy Lee mediums. The rest are all on softs. About half the grid's on mediums, half the grid's on softs. Obviously 4-to-1 rules are if you do qualifying 2, if you qualify in the top 10, you have to start on those tyres you qualified on. Take them into the race. You don't want to put too much stress through them, and you don't want to take you want to set that this is basically where your strategy is in this qualifying session, so you've got to make sure that you put the right tyres on basically. Yerdy is the first driver across the line with a 120.6 flat, and Stuart Little with a 121.362 on the medium tyres. Medium tyres I think are about 6 to 7 tenths slower, so that would be about right. They are a bit slower than the soft tyre obviously, but more durable, so they will be able to go deeper into the race. Australia is a one-stop strategy race really. You can take the hards to the end if you have to. If you start on the softs and you have an early incident or an early safety car, you can just about take the hards to the end of the race, but it will be a struggle at the end. Who else is setting times at the minute? Stein Zapp is on a flying lap, just started. Cali Robb is on a flying lap as well. He's on halfway through the middle sector, with a McLaren coming up slowly in front of him, but he does move out of the way for him. Exotic is just about to start a lap. Rogers is spinning round and around and around, but he is okay. He hasn't DNF'd, and that is the same spot that San Spaniel had that incident in. So we jumped on board with him at the wrong time, didn't we really? Tony Dart's bike next across the line does a 126.03 on the soft tyres. Atom Kev has done a 124.06. That looks to be lots of drivers within 2 tenths of each other on the soft tyres, and the mediums are all about the same as well, about 4 tenths between the medium runners at the minute. Honesy the fastest of the medium runners with a 129.27. Dommy Lee medium. Ted Wado takes the mediums off and puts the softs on and is on an outlap right now. Kachow's in the pits. Stein's up on the medium tyres, just about to cross the finish line, start-finish line. What kind of time has he got in his pocket? What's he going to pull out of there? He's going to pull out a 121.167, so just a little bit slower than Honesy on the same tyre. Viet does a 121.845, so the slowest of the medium runners, and he has done 2 laps on those, so I would probably say he's probably going to have to go out again on a set of soft tyres. He won't want to take those mediums out again. Ted Wallace on an outlap. Kachow's in the pits. A bit of a traffic jam forming just down there. Yerdy is out. Has Yerdy had an accident? I think he might have done. Yes, there's a car stopped at the chicane, so Yerdy is out, unfortunately, of the session. Which is why that all jumped about. Got a bit confused then. Doesn't take much to confuse me. Exotic on a flying lap, but that's not a very good first sector time, so he will have to run again. He hasn't got much fuel left. Dace in the pits. Rogers in the pits. Toss the cable on an outlap on the medium tyre. So Toss, as I mentioned in the notebook earlier, if anyone has watched it, if you haven't, then go to my YouTube channel, which is Thomas Rockingham. Have a look. I do a race review and a race preview notebook edited by the wonderful Delta Lima. Hot lap this week by Mike Edwards of SFR and commentated by Nick Crofty, who is part of the all 3 leagues, the PAFR, SFR and NRL. Toss got his first podium on his new wheel. So he got his first points last week in NRL, and he drove an SFR last week in Australia as well and got a podium. So look out for him. It could be a dark horse in today's race. He's going to try and do the medium tyre start. He's going to put his foot down as he goes round. He has to lift a little bit, so not the cleanest start to the lap. Probably put the power down a little bit too soon. Not sure if he's listening to this and he heard me jinxing him, but let's see what he does into turn 1. Very easy to invalidate at turn 1. The outside that becomes the inside is quite easy with that curb. It's very tempting to use too much of that curb. Very, very, very wide at turn 3 though, and lap is invalidated. Not the safest comeback onto the track, but yeah, he's going to reduce his ERS and he's probably going to go straight away again. Rogers out lap. Dace is coming in the pits or out the pits? Dace is coming out the pits on a set of mediums. Exotic is in the pits. Cali Rob is just starting a lap, so he's going to have to put a decent lap in. He's on a set of soft tyres now. Ted Wardo is out as well. I must have missed that. So Ted Wardo is out of qualifying. And at the minute we have only one. No, we haven't. They've all put soft tyres on. Let me get the menu back up and see what the best tyre. There we go. So Atom Kev, Tiny Dark Spike, both soft runners in P1 and P2 right now. We have another yellow flag. Where is that? I can't see anything, but Kachow! Kachow! Does a 120.286 on a set of fresh softs. So Kachow setting his strategy out from the start. He's going to be starting on the soft tyre in the race. Stuart Little is a very fast driver around Australia as well. He's currently in P6 on a medium tyre. He won the SFR race last week in Australia. Very, very good driver. Very, very fast around here. He won the Australian SFR race twice in a row. So he is the king of Australia. So let's see what he can bring to today's race. So definitely look out for him today. Domi Lee, P7, Viet, P8. Cali Rob just finishing his lap. What has he got? What's Cali Rob got for us? He goes fastest with a 120.154, so about a tenth and a bit quicker than Kachow's best time. Exotic on an outlap. Dace just started his flying lap. New wheel user as well, but goes a little bit too wide there and does unfortunately invalidate, so he's going to have to go round again. There's still 5 minutes left of the session, so depending on if he's got enough fuel in the car, he's going to stick it straight down into lean. He's turning his ERS to 0. He's going to head back round. Whether he goes in the pits again, if it's a fresh set of softs on, or just goes straight back round and does again. Rogers, very, very slow second warm-up lap, invalidated it. So he's going to be going again. Tossed the key bar. Didn't set a lap. So yeah, he's going to have to go again at some point. Rogers just starting his lap now then. So what's Rogers got for us today? Takes a lot of inside curb, but is still valid. Dark Spike goes fastest with a 120.107 on the soft tyre. So the top 4 are all on soft tyres right now, and the driver we are riding on board with, Rogers, is on the soft tyre as well. It does get to the point where, because it is quite easy to invalidate your lap round here, you will get to the point where you just have to put the softs on, forget about your strategy, and just try and get through into Q3. So obviously on the new track layout of this track, this chicane is gone. It's going to be a straight line. Well, a straight line, a curvy straight line all the way down to this chicane. So it's going to be a pretty good slipstreaming and overtaking opportunity now, hopefully. As Rogers goes down to the last couple of corners, the two 90-degree right-handers. He didn't drop to 5th. Most drivers are dropping to 5th in that corner, so that's something to think about if he's not doing it. He's a pretty quick driver. Maybe other drivers should think about doing that as well. Rounds the last corner. Power down. It's still a valid lap. I'm pretty sure this is going to be fast time. What time? Yeah, there we go. 19.664, so half a second quicker than anyone else. Great lap there from Rogers. Definitely showing his hand in Q2 in his pace. So drivers in danger right now, we have Yerdy and Ted Wardo, who are both out of the session. Viet is currently in the drop zone. He is still on... What tyre has he got on now? He's got the soft tyre on now. He's a pretty quick driver in his own right, so I'm expecting him to get through to Q2. But the drivers in danger, there's the bottom 4 on the medium tyres. Oh, takes a lot of curb there. A lot of grass. expensive lawnmower he's got. So we've got Dommy Lee, Stuart Little, Stein and Holmesy. All set medium tyres. Rogers retired because he can. He's got a very quick time. Viet is doing some jumps. Tosakaba in the pits. He won't have time to go out now, I think, unless he goes out right now. He's out. He's on an out lap. Where is he then? There he is. Right, so Toss is on an out lap. Dace is on an out lap. Exotic on an out lap. All on the soft tyres. Everyone is on the soft tyre now. He's going to probably try and do a run. And if they can abandon, they can abandon. But I'm expecting these three drivers, Exotic, Dace and Toss the Caber, along with Viet as well, to possibly jump all of those medium runners. So the medium runners are going to have to be on there, keep their eyes out at track position and see what they can do. Delta, you with me?
Hello there.
Hello there, how you doing, alright?
Yeah, just having a nice chill out session.
Yeah. I saw.
Yeah. Couldn't quite get a lap together in Q1. Just couldn't. Some reason just couldn't put two corners together. So.
It's a hard track. You've really got to get your flow on here, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Just a bit gutted starting from the back.
Yeah, but sometimes it's quite a tricky first corner in league racing. So. And a lot of drivers do tend to get involved in incidents because it is a street track. So I have faith in you to get through.
Well, thank you very much. I'll try my best. I'll try my best.
So still got some drivers in. Viet isn't going to get round, unfortunately. So Viet is out of qualifying. He's currently in P11.
The last one to cross the line will be Stuart Little. He's just made it with 2 seconds to spare.
Okay, that's interesting because he did a medium tyre run, so he's got to watch out for everyone else. At the minute, he is out of qualifying, so yes, he has to do a good lap now on the soft tyres. Exotic.
Dace jumps up to P2.
Yeah, I assume Dace would get up there. That's only a couple of hundredths off of Rogers, so Dace is showing some good pace here as well today.
Yeah.
Toss is on a flying lap, and so is Exotic. Exotic is going to be the first driver around. Let's see what Exotic's got. Into the DRS, and stays as far left as he possibly can, and he jumps up to P9. So Holmesy is currently out. Holmesy's going to have to set a time, and he is half a second up on his best time as well. So that is
coming across the line. And Toss jumps up to P11, so doesn't quite make it into the Q1.
No, he is out.
It's already been shown the checkered flag.
Stuart is the next driver across. What's Stuart got? And Holmesy is literally just behind him as well. So both drivers have to put a time in. They're going to knock Yerdy and Exotic out if they both do it. Yes, Stuart goes fastest, and so does
Holmesy.
Holmesy with a 1:19. Is that 6:56? I'm too far away from the telly here.
It's 6:56.
So Exotic is out of qualifying. Yerdy is retired, out of qualifying. Tosakaba is out. Viet is out as well. He said he spun at turn 1 and ruined his lap, unfortunately. So Viet is out, and so is, who was the last driver? Ted Wardo, wasn't it? Ted Wardo retired as well. So that was an interesting qualifying session. The big hitters are all still there, no real surprises. Who's your money on for pole position? Only 8 thousandths between Rogers and Holmesy, and the top 4 actually all within half a tenth. Yeah.
I mean, my money's got to be on my teammate. Kachow's got to do it for the Alfa Romeo.
Okay, yeah, Kachow, very quick driver.
I think the 4 of them will be very quick, and potentially the ones behind. You know, you've got the likes of Stuart Little, Stein. You know, these guys could put out some quick laps.
Yes, Stuart's race pace here is brilliant, so I'm expecting Stuart to to do good things in the race.
That's generally because he brings a train with him.
True, yeah, all aboard the Stewart train.
All aboard the Stewart little train.
I did say about championship standings. Let's go and see what championship standings we've got. I was going to do that for Q2. I promised our watchers and our subscribers championship standings in Q2, but I never did it. So Kachow is leading the championship, 113 points. His closest challenger is Stein with 90 points. Honesy not far behind with 88. Honesy obviously a 3-time NRL champion, so he is trying to fight back his championship. Kelly Robb 72, Stuart Little 67, Henry 63, Dommy Lee missed a few races but he's back this week on 60, and then a bit of a drop off to Mark of Kenya, Mr. Wu Exotic and Darkspike rounding out the top 11. Constructors wise, McLaren are leading. Stuart Little and Henry are the main drivers of McLaren. They're on 132 points. Alfa Romeo involving Delta and Kachow are on 123. Delta's bought 10 points.
We have to say, yeah. I was going to say, we have to give all credit there to Kachow.
No, but those 10 points, you know, the 10 points you've got are keeping you away from Ferrari. So that's what the second driver's there for, isn't it? And Ferrari, the reigning champions with Dace and Honesy, are on 107. Mercedes 96. AlphaTauri on 90. Williams on 85. So that's all pretty close, and a bit of a gap to Renault. Bit of a gap to Haas, Aston Martin, and the slowest team this year, unfortunately, is a team of Ted Wardo and Tos the Caber. Who's out on track? Kachow, out lap.
Atom Kev is the first one out on track, and then you've got Kachow behind him.
Okay, let's ride on board with Atom Kev then. Let's see what he can bring to the table. Nice helmet, very mono. Not much colour in it, but that is nice. I like the standard helmet. Let's just So he comes around the last couple of corners. Tight left-hander, where you have to get your exit perfect to start the lap. So yeah, he's going to be the first driver to cross the start-finish line and start a lap. Q3 is a 12-minute session, and we have 9 minutes and 47 seconds left. Takes the first corner nicely, doesn't invalidate, and he's running down to turn 3. I've got to put the bloody telemetry on again. It's so irritating. All on soft tyres. Whoa! Whoa! Very lucky not to DNF there. So, Atom Kev, let's jump off from him. Who was next?
Kachow's next, so we've got to hope that Atom Kev gets out of the way. Doesn't compromise Kachow's lap, which he does nicely.
Stays nicely right, out of the braking zone. And Kachow is running down. Let's ride on board. Should we jinx him? Should we jinx him? Is he going to make it round the chicane?
Do not jinx him.
I've jinxed a few people today round here. No, he's fine. Yeah, very smooth. Keeps a lot of minimum speed going through there as well, so that was really good. Stein has just started his lap, heading down to turn 3. Kachow at the second 90-degree right-hander. Oh, bit of that must have been a lock-up on his screen there that time, as he rounds the last corner and approaches the line. First driver to set a time, and he is a
1:19.8.
So there's still
not far behind him. Dommy Lee sets a 1:19.6.
So Dommy Lee has been sandbagging this whole session because he's been
Rogers 1:19.6 as well.
Dommy Lee's been in the 20s all session, and he's finally into the well into the 19s. So bit of a surprise there.
Little stays in the 120s. Quite a few drivers abandoning laps and heading back to the pits.
Stein is on a flying lap at the first of the 90-degree right-handers at the in the third sector. Drops to 5th, up to 6th. Rogers so far is the only driver I have seen who doesn't drop down to 5th gear there.
I think it's difference of driving style, to be honest.
Yeah, and Stein, yeah, again, the driver who's been sandbagging. He's been in the 20s all session, and he jumps to a 1:19.722. Right, as there's a bit of a lull, I'm going for a wee. Back shortly.
Will do. back shortly after this commercial break.
I'll stay on board. Who's the first driver? Cali Rob on an outlap. I'll stay on board with Cali Rob for you. You follow Cali Rob and commentate him.
We shall do. He's got Kachow coming up in front of him, just diving into the pits. As we start this flying lap with Cali Rob, a little bit squirrely on the exit of the last corner there, but keeps it nice and straight. Gets the power down. Coming up to turn 1, heavy braking zone, down to 4th gear, just enough inside and outside curve as it goes round. Straight back up to 7th and then 8th gear, just before the tight right-hander, heavy braking zone, down to 3rd or 2nd gear driver preference. And then a really tight right-left little chicane, keep off the right-hand curve there. As he flies around through, very nearly loses it through 6 and 7. And up to turn 8, the inside curve. Nicely done, straight back on the power. Come up to turn 10, avoid the high part of the curve as much as you can on the other side, which unfortunately causes him to invalidate. And Cali Rob's just going to push it as hard as he can, get back to the pits. And get another set of tyres. Or if he's got enough fuel, probably go for another lap. It looks like Tiny Duff Spike has backed out of his lap as well. And so only flying laps currently. We have Honesy who's just starting his lap off screen, and then closely followed behind him will be his teammate Dace, just about to start his hot lap.
On board with Dace now.
So jump over to Honesy, who's going to be the next one to set a time. Unfortunately, Cali Rob did invalidate.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
He's had 4 wisdom teeth out today, Cali Rob, so it's pretty impressive that he is racing tonight.
Well, I mean, I was wondering, the guess is who's higher on prescription drugs, Cali Rob or Van Rocco?
Who knows? Who knows? I feel mine is starting to wear off now. I might have to dose up again. Drops to 5th, and straight back up to 6th, and he's goes around that corner. Again, a driver running no assists, and on the pad as well. What a driver Honesy is.
What can he achieve though?
Not a great lap.
120.
He's got a lot more time in the bag, so he's going to go round again.
Dace has invalidated his lap on.
Oh dear. So drivers
so Dace is lucky he can dive in the pits, get a fresh set of rubber on if he's got them. That will be it for action for the next minute roughly.
Yeah, they're going to leave it into the last minute. Honesy should have enough time to... I don't know actually. He might not have enough time to get in and back out again.
No, you need to leave the pits at about 2.5 minutes at the latest.
I'd say 2 minutes is probably, yeah, press the leave button at 2 minutes at the very latest. Oh, he's starting to take risks. He's starting to cut corners. It's a bit cheeky. He might be reported as stewards for unsportsmanlike conduct there.
Wow, yeah. No one else on track.
I think he realises he's not gonna. I think he realises he might not make it back out. He's backed out completely now. He's not flooring it anymore.
I think he's run out of fuel, to be honest.
Oh yeah, maybe he has.
He's full throttle and not getting.
That's very true. Yeah, he might. He's got to literally button mash, get in and out. This is the irritating thing about this
Luckily,
game.
His teammates just come out, so he doesn't have to contend with that. Neither of them blocked each other.
That's very true. So
But that leaves Adam Kev is out on a lap. Dace TG is out on a lap. Callie Robb as well. He's just left the pits along with Tiny Dar. All still yet to set a time.
Yeah, all on the soft tyres.
You can see the Mercedes of Dommy Lee is just leaving the pits now as well.
All got fresh softs on as well. No mileage on any of anyone's tyres, so it's going to be a shootout. I think I can hear an engine firing up. Is that I'm on Honesy? Is Honesy going to get out again?
Right, he's just driving down the pit lane.
Lots of drivers heading down. Who is Honesy?
Yeah, he's just literally just leaving the pit lane. What was that?
Yes, he did. He got in and out. He's going to absolutely. He's going to have to floor it.
Got about a 10-second window to get around.
He's going to overtake Rogers. Rogers is on an out lap as well.
Now either.
He needs to put his foot down. That's what he needs to do. He shouldn't have let Honesy past him, really. Who's going to be the first one? Atom Kev on a lap.
Kev. Closely followed by Dace.
Both keep it on the track in turn 1 and turn 2. I'll flick between these two drivers for the time being. Callie Robb's just started a lap.
And then Tiny Darth will be the next one after Callie Robb.
Drivers have got to be wary of turn 4, as there is a bit of a glitch in the system.
Your favourite corner here?
My favourite corner, I got 6 seconds worth of penalties for only 2 infractions around there. So I got 3 warnings per corner in last week's SFR race. Very, very irritating. Callie Robb on a lap, so the top to those 3. So is Dommy Lee. Someone was going very slowly there. Stein. Kachow is just starting. Let's watch out for Honesy. Is Honesy going to make it? 14 seconds left. He is fine.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Same with Rogers. So yeah, but every driver is going to get a chance. Every driver is currently on a lap. So I don't know who we're going to.
So who are we going to? First one across the line.
Oh, Callie Robb is out. Callie Robb is out. Callie Robb's crashed, so he's going to be minimum, but he's probably going to be P10.
Atom Kev P5, 19939.
Stuart Little has abandoned. Oh, Darth Spike and Stuart Little have both abandoned their laps. Who else we got? Stein.
Dommy Lee will be the next one to cross the line.
He's a 10th up on his time, so that would put him into P1 right now, provisional pole. And his good friend Rogers is currently 3.5 tenths up. So as long as he's got some traffic ahead of him, though, there is a Ferrari. Might get some dirty air there, but he's going to get a good... No, it's not a Ferrari, it's a McLaren. His teammate...
Dommy Lee goes fastest with a 119, 303.
Stuart Little goes straight on at the right-hander. Let's stay on board with Rogers, because I think Rogers, he was about 3.5, 4 tenths up on his best time, so he could be into... Kachow does a 19.576, so he goes P2.
Stein 19.170. Holmesy 19 flat.
19 flat, and Rogers 19.2.
Oh, 19.2.
So, Dommy Lee had provisional pole, and he's now dropped to 4th. We've got Honesy. It's just gone. Honesy, Stein.
Holmesy, Stein, Rogers, Dommy Lee, Kachow, Dace, Atom Kev. Rounds out the top few. And then Stuart Little and Callie Robb and Tiny Darth Spike with no time set.
The rain was very, very close to predicting that top 3. He got the top 3 just in the wrong order. He predicted Rogers, Stein and Honesy, and it was Honesy, Stein and Rogers, so he got P1 and P3 the wrong way around. Stein was the sandwich. I'm going to make a cup of tea.
And we'll be back shortly. Well,
yeah.
I'll see you after the race.
Yeah. Come and patch in any time you want.
See you soon.
See you soon.